to return back to Nigeria, that the FA of Libya was begging, CAF was begging that Nigeria should stay and play that game, but they refused. They are back to the country. They said that they are playing, that what they saw in Libya was not nice, and they cannot be in that state of mind to play that game. So they decided, the captain was tweeting on social media that they are not going to be playing, and they are now back in Nigeria. It's a sad thing for African football. We are always praying and hoping that things are going to improve, not only in Nigeria but Africa in general. Because sometimes what we do here in Africa, Europeans have look at us and just shake their head, and they are wondering, what is these people even doing? Like, is this possible? Is this happening? So we become a laughing stock around the continent, around the whole world. It's a sad thing. Well, welcome to the show. Welcome to Vote Sports on Vote 104.3 FM. I'm here with the guys in the studio to discuss about this particular incident that happened with the Super Eagles and other games that happened throughout Africa and Europe. Good morning, John. How are you?
Good morning, I'm fine, thank you. Welcome to the show, super fans.
Good morning, also.
But it's still in this. We are all in disappointment in what happened in Libya, but we still have a long way to go, and both footballing wise and everything wise, we still have
everything to
but
in Africa, you have everything.
You just can't suck away the fun from the game, man. It's always fun to talk sports. Good morning, listener, and welcome to the show.
Okay, remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. We are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports, and my name is Godwin. Okay, guys, let's move on to this Super Eagles matter, because it's what is it's been trending. It's what everybody has been talking about for the past 2 days. Since Sunday, they have been talking about that game. That game, obviously, is postponed, but we still have to hear from CAF to decide what they are going to do, if they are going to fix another day for us to play that game, or they are going to either award the 3 points to Libya. So we have to see what CAF is going to be doing. But generally, how did you see this incident? Let's understand this incident. How did this thing happen in football in Africa? Why these things? Because if you look at these antics, it doesn't make sense. Bringing in politics into football doesn't make sense. Bringing personal beef. Somebody might say, okay, probably airport authority will say, I don't like whatever the issue is. Let's divide their flights or something like that. But if you look at this thing generally, what do you make of that, John?
You know, it's despicable, it's annoying, it is grotesque, it is, everything we want to see elsewhere apart from the world of football. It is, you look at it and you just say, that's the way I look at it, because this is disgusting. You look at the total scenario. How did we condescend to the point where we take the lives of over 25 people into the hands of a few inconsequential people in Libya right now? How do you put the lives of the 25 players plus the backroom staff and everybody all together, plus the guys who flew them into Libya? You put their lives, make them a pawn in a game of pittance and beggars. Like, it's despicable for me. It's one thing when you go away and you play a game and you lose, Baba, bear your loss and move on with the game. Simple. When they are coming to your own home, yes, you should meet them man to man on the field of play and get things done. Don't get things done this way, because at the end of the day, you just ridicule the full nation, because you can't have done that without the backing of, there was a post that came out on social media a day before this happened. And everything they said that was going to happen to the Super Eagles happened to the Super Eagles in accordance, one after the other, on that post. And, it just goes to show, it's crazy how we put African football at a ridicule in the global stage. Look at Sky Sports talking about the Nigerian matter.
For the first time,
about the likes of Fabrizio talking about
You know where he pay me now. Fabrizio is nothing concern football, no only to tell us about transfer.
Yes.
Fabrizio carried the matter for her Twitter page. Fabrizio yesterday, now waiting full on.
It's crazy.
Fabrizio just the back to back. In the screenshot, they even post. You go screenshot Ekong post. You go post. You go screenshot Boniface own. Like, it was just Nigeria matter, and at the end he came up to say that it is wrong. Like what we're saying here on the podcast, it is wrong to infuse politics in footballing matters. It's a game of fun. I saw a movie. It's called The Beautiful Game, and right from time it's always been a beautiful game. So why involve politics in it? We know these two things don't mix. You can't put sand with Gary. You know, go sweet again. football is like everybody's garri, it's like everybody's akara bean cake. You can't go put sand inside. It not gonna make sense. Nobody go fit chop am. Because this is what they all serve us right now: garri and sand. No be garri and sugar. They all serve us garri and sand.
Clearly, they don't serve us anything because our boys didn't eat for the whole period of the
and
team.
they come pay, they don't serve anything.
They don't serve anything. They want.
But no, to the world, it just feels like garri and sand because they don't fit chop. Nobody go fit chop this kind of thing. So you get. So,
You know, how do you not command respect for our CAF game? How do you not command respect for AFCONs and all these things? If these things can happen in build up to such a renowned tournament in Africa, how do you not say, hey FIFA, you have to move your games around XYZ period because we're having games when we do this to our own games? That's the optics about this whole thing is terrible. It's terrible, you know. And you know, for the welfare of the players, the one that got me angry now, here's the one that got me angry. There's a video that's on our YouTube channel, you can check it out. You see people actually cutting food from the counter to where they are going to go and eat it, and our Niger players have to watch these guys cut, whereby these guys have been without food and been without water. How can you get the currency when you can't go and you can't leave that waiting room? You can't go and switch naira or dollar to whatever to go and buy, because clearly they can afford it. They booked a private jet to take them into the closest airport to the city where the game is going to be played, only for them to be redirected. That money now has gone to waste. That plane now is going to take them back to Nigeria as of early this morning or yesterday, and that's another expense. Who's going to foot those bills?
Yeah, if can't be saying that they are going to start probe to understand what happened. I don't know what they are even understanding. No, it's as clear as everything. Even though that this normal procedures, they have to go into investigation to see what happened during that game. But actually, they begged Nigeria. They actually begged Nigeria to stay to play that game. But
why are they begging after you've? That's why I remember I said it in the podcast yesterday. You guys should check it out. I said number one thing is you've done mind games. One, you've denied these people food and water. You've denied them a place to sleep. You know, you can't have a productive day if you've not had a good night's rest. Okay, you look at the players who were trending on Twitter, their pictures that were sleeping, one eye open, mouth open, and all those stuff. You go through that harrowing experience. You've not had time to train, and then you now want to now come and beg us to play. Play what? Are we playing 5-a-side? This is professional football. This is not backyard. This is not football. They say, this is not.
They will come on so upset. Come on, so come down, come play.
Last, now still got all these players play before they still. Let's scrap the fact that they are playing in big stages now. All these players play street football.
This thing now not supposed to stress them.
You're not supposed to stress them. Victor Boniface play for streets.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
Samu, I know where Sam they play for Mao.
Let me tell you.
I know where
let me explain this to you.
Wait now. I still come. No, be me.
No, so let me explain.
Kelechiku, where they train for where? I they go there go play ball.
No, so let me explain to you. It's like how you did now. Next probably couple of years.
Maybe a couple of years. Okay, let's say where I did last year and where I did now.
Okay, let's say you become a millionaire. Now you have a Range Rover Sports.
Okay.
Suddenly, somebody from your mansion, they'll tell you to come and be sleeping on the bench. And you can't tell it that in last 10 years that these people have conditioned themselves to
if my Range Rover
Sports, they've
Sports,
already left that reality behind.
The example we want to live now. If my Range Rover Sports spoil for road, shall go trek.
Why go trek?
Now wait till you go ask me. Not tell me say I go come sleep for bed. I go come off my house and I know say I get better house.
That's the point.
That's the thing. Right now you don't have access to your house. You don't have access to your Range Rover Sports.
If my Range Rover Sports spoil for road,
you don't have access to your millions of naira in the bank account. You are just somewhere in a room as a prisoner.
It's like a prisoner actually.
Yes.
You go pain me, but I go share trek the trek.
But generally, what happened in that is that even the president is even talking. The spokesman of the president, President Tinubu, was talking that they didn't understand the treatment that CAF should sanction Libya for what they did to Nigerian Super Eagles. So everybody has been talking. NFF have already reported to CAF to investigate. CAF is going to investigate that matter. It's a sad thing for African football that this kind of things. How can you keep somebody for 12 hours? More than 12 hours in a stadium. You close the stadium, you didn't allow them to move, go anywhere, you didn't allow them to get food. Millionaires, these boys are millionaires. It's not that they cannot afford, they can afford all of you put together. They can even charter their own flights.
Straight up.
You understand? They are big boys, not necessarily they are looking for money for them to for everything, but it's a certain that happened to our boys. But they decided to come back to Nigeria. Nigeria, they say that they are not going to play that game, that they are not interested to play that game again. Okay, let's see what CAF is going to decide. Let's go and decide if they are going to be sanctioning Libya, or they are going to be awarding that point, or we are going to be playing that match. But I think the rumors now is that they are going to fix that. The problem about fixing that match another day is that the fixtures of these boys are too much already.
Yeah, it's already congested. You have
congested
people
already.
Playing over 50, 60, 80 games in Europe.
The thing is,
and
I
you still have to
felt
fix
like
him
I felt
up.
like like I said, I felt like the players were in a rush to decide to coming back to Nigeria. They could have
They
stayed.
weren't in a rush,
No, I know,
but they
I
had
know.
13
See-
hours without access to internet or anything
See, I
to
know.
decide that they are not coming back. For example, how you let people treat you, speaks a lot to your own personal image. So if you are telling me that you should chest it and go and play the ball, that's rubbish, because any other country can do the same thing. So you have to set a precedent, a marker on how you deserve to be treated, because that's the respect you are called any other person that comes your way. And that's how life is. Do unto others how you expect them to do unto you. Simple.
Well, what do you think that should be happening? Do you think that they should sanction Libya for this particular thing, or probably just let it go and replay the game?
The sanction
I
will come
expect
with
nothing less than a sanction
the
and
sanction
deduction
will come
of
with
points.
a lot of investigation, which means we have to go down to Libya to investigate, come down to Nigeria to investigate, ask a couple of questions here and there, ask some players questions, and it will take time. You get investigation, sanctioning will take time, take about 3 months or so, because this matter now, before they start sanctioning and investigating, the matter don't die. Another one don't happen. They'll come forget this one, they do another one. So if you ask me, I'll just say let them just, if there's a probe them. Their next couple of matches, as in from now on, their next couple of matches will not be played anywhere around Libya.
That has to be part of the sanction,
That's
because
Yeah.
and
that's why you cannot just tell them not
because
to.
if
You have to sanction them for that to
now
happen.
if you're sanctioning them and you're saying it's come to the fine, they'll have to investigate to the level of the fine. They'll have to find them. Like I saw the game between Cameroon and Kenya the other day. It wasn't played in Kenya. It wasn't played in Cameroon. It was played in Uganda, and for some reason it was played behind closed doors. Now, which means the Kenyans can generate money from it. The what's it called? So ticket is not being sold. You get now. If Libya would suffer this in the next 6 or 7 games, they'll perhaps learn from it. Their next 7 of 8 home games will not be played at home, and it will be played behind closed doors. So, and you're playing behind closed doors, there's no TV right, so all those ones will come up later. But for now, it's their next couple of games should not be played anywhere around the states.
Yeah, for me, even if we're going to postpone and play later on, it shouldn't be anywhere near Libya, man. For real.
But let's see what will happen with them, because it's a crazy thing that happened with Nigerian Super Eagles. Because the interesting thing that these boys are billionaires, they can actually sort out any issue that they want to sort out. Because even at some point they are close to we are actually interested in this case, because imagine Bayer Leverkusen everybody was talking about that particular thing, because their star players are playing for Nigeria. We have a whole lot of star players. Everybody was talking about him. It's a sad thing that happened to the Super Eagles. Let's hope that CAF and everybody involved will sort out that matter and sort out very soon. Okay, that match has been cancelled. Nigeria is supposed to be playing probably about 7 or 8 p.m. today in Libya, but that match has been cancelled. So that match will not happen again today. So probably CAF, if anything, CAF talks about it, they are going to probably find another day that game might be played, or they might award the 3 points to Nigeria if they deem it fit that Nigeria has a credible case. Okay, let's talk about other games that happened in AFCON qualification, and I'm going to give you the results of the games yesterday and maybe the fixtures of today. Yesterday's game is Burundi. That's on Sunday. Yesterday's game is Kenya 0, Cameroon 1. Gambia winning 1-0 to Madagascar. Liberia 1, Equatorial Guinea 2. Zimbabwe 3, Namibia 1. Togo 0, Algeria 1. Eswatini 0, Mozambique 3. Then for today's game is South Sudan is going to take in Uganda. Sudan is going to be taking Ghana to Sudan versus Ghana, Malawi versus Senegal, Chad versus Zambia, Lesotho versus Gabon, Tanzania versus DR Congo, Rwanda versus Benin Republic, Mauritania versus Egypt, Botswana, and Cape Verde are playing today. Niger and Angola are playing today. Sierra Leone versus Ivory Coast, Guinea-Bissau versus Mali, Congo versus South Africa. A lot of games in Africa today. Central African Republic versus Morocco, and the game of Libya versus Nigeria is postponed already. I've already talked about that on the show. Then the final two games are Ethiopia versus Guinea and Comoros versus Tunisia. Okay, let's talk about some of the games yesterday. Cameroon game played. Cameroon winning that game 1 goal to 0. I think Cameroon have been doing very very well in this qualification.
Onana keeping clean sheets.
Onana has been keeping clean sheets.
Clean sheets for fun.
Yeah, keeping clean
EPL
sheets for
clean
Manchester,
sheets.
and he's keeping clean sheets for Cameroon too.
Clean sheet is keeping clean sheet for fun. I think giving Africa's best goalkeeper of the year deserves it. At the moment, we've not seen any better. But we have to say this: Cameroon has a side that has built. We have 3 of their players, or 2 of their players playing for what's it called, Mbeumo, and the other guy playing for Brentford. We have some other players playing for Bayern Munich, Choupo-Moting, and the rest of them. We have good players around the side. We have plenty of them playing in Premier League as well. So you ask yourself, if the coach can get these players and perhaps mix them well, because this is a proper mix of talent. There's no superstar here. There's no I am a superstar. The only superstar in that team that has more than 1 million subscribers on any of their channel is probably Andre. You get? Every other person has maybe 1 million and below. So you ask yourself, who's the superstar in the side? Is Onana. Where does he play? He plays on the goalkeeper department. The rest of the team are average players. Where do they play? They play across the globe. They play across Europe. And it's a good game against Kenya. It was a good game. Kenya came up. I think Kenyan plays a good football. They played a good football, defending, coming out to attack. They were playing a compact football. We defend together, we attack together, but they couldn't get a chance. I think they created 4 or 5 chances that could have led to goal, but they didn't bury those chances. And Cameroon created more chances also and had to bury one. So it's a problem in Africa where I keep saying this. It happened with Nigerians. In the last game, Cameroon created about 9 chances, scored 4. This game now, they created about 9 chances and only buried 1. It's a problem creating chances and not scoring those chances. It comes back to hurt you, and it almost did against Kenya yesterday. Though they were playing behind closed door, they needed a fan to rally them around, but there was no fan base around them. So it had to cause a problem, and they scored just 1 goal. I think I'm happy for Cameroon so far.
Okay, let's talk about the other games that happened in AFCON. Algeria winning Togo 1-0. They went on away to win that game comfortably. I won't say comfortably, but they won that game.
It's still a win, though. For
points.
All your, sentiments
We all
about that
predicted
game,
Algeria.
about
Forget about
the
Togo.
golden generation of Togolese football.
No, but they be ball at that year now. They be ball at that year. No laugh. No laugh. Now, if players just go, you ask yourself, what's happen?
If player just go.
No be players,
Player.
because they reach like 5.
One man can never make a forest too. So, back to the match at hand, super happy for Algeria to win it, though slim margins. Would have expected them to have a blowout, but not happening, and Togo, they gave up a good fight, but, they couldn't stop or they couldn't counter. And, that's where you have issues in the game when you can't, produce. If you saw the game yesterday, France versus Belgium, you will see that. Yeah, we'll get to that. You see that one of the firepowers in that side is being able to not only just concede but go back and score, equalize, and continue with the game. So, let's just call it that a certain tall man is being missed by the Togolese. Simple.
He has retired.
No be that tall man.
He retired.
A certain tall man.
Is that by almost 10 years now? What are we talking about?
Someone has been missed over 10 years or 6 years now from national football. We're not talking about him. We're talking about
the You can't underscore his impact in the side. You know that if he was in that game yesterday, it would have turned out differently, right? So that's the thing. Okay,
let's move on to today's game. I'll pick some interesting games that are going to happen to AFCON. By 2 p.m., Sudan is going to hosting Ghana. Ghana is our bitter brothers. Both of us, we used to fight all the time. So we are brothers. It's like a brother. It's a love and hate affair. We love them and we hate them at the same time. So we want them to succeed and we don't want them to succeed at the same time. We don't need to succeed as a nation. But when it comes to football, we don't want them to succeed anything. But they are playing Sudan today. What do you make of that?
It's a win for Ghana. They've been playing good football across. I think.
And Sudan is not really a big side.
Yeah, not really a big side. No, they don't have. They don't have Ayew and Thomas Partey, and I think this guy will be leading the lines again. Mo, but I think he should step up his, because I have players that dribble. They can dribble 17 against 17 the players. Even their own teammates, they could dribble their teammates, but their numbers does not speak up for them. I have the likes of Abel Tarabt, who was one of the best dribblers in the Premier League so far. We have many of them, but their numbers don't add up. You get so Mo can dribble past the 5 defenders, but what we need him to do now is we want those numbers to add up in terms of goals, assists, chances created, and all of that. Shots on target, conversion rate should be speaking differently.
Okay, what is the prediction for that game?
I think Ghana will win 1-0.
Sudan, okay. John, what is the prediction for that game?
Sudan win or draw.
They are supporting Sudan. Okay, and the other big giants playing today is Malawi and Senegal. It should be a straight win for Senegal, John.
Yeah, I expect Senegal to get a result out of this one. Now, if they are going to do it with steez or they're going to do it by tooth and nail, whatever, the main thing is that they should get a result.
They should get a result. What's your prediction for that game for Senegal? Senegal are actually a big side in Africa, and I like the way they play football.
They are, you know.
And
it's just that
I think they trusted a local coach, taking them all the way for the past 3 or 4 years now.
For the past 4 years, and it's been a good one. They've been building. He has a way of it's one team playing for the national team. It's one team coaching the national team.
Okay, let's join Bowe. Bowe is our senior analyst. He's going to be joining us on the show today. Good morning, Bowe.
Hello, guys.
Good morning, Bowe.
Yeah, good morning, guys.
Good morning. What do you make of this Super Eagles matter?
Yeah, it's a tragic situation, but I always come from the term of balance. First of all, I hope this will now create a new understanding now all through CAF, not even just because of Nigeria and Libya, to now have more interest in the welfare of players and how they travel for international matches, because it's a disaster. It also helped that Africa trended around the whole world for at least 12 hours.
For the wrong reasons.
Because everybody, CNN to Sky Sports to Australia, everybody is carrying it. But you see the problem now, the major news is that Nigeria has boycotted a game. So people are thinking that they should have gone ahead with the game and not come back. But if you're not mentally stable and you've not rested, there's no way you can produce. Now, like I will say, first of all, I want to say kudos to the team, the captain and all, for making that decision to come back home. Because the match was playing today and you don't sleep, you don't rest, you cannot play well. But don't forget, just last week, Libya was in Nigeria. And Libya also encountered something like this, but not as bad as this. You can check the records, it was there. The Libyan team landed in the wrong airport. They also landed in Uyo. Then they landed in the wrong airport. You saw their pictures of the Libyan players even sitting on the floor with Nigerian immigration people. Now, give us connecting flight that will take us to Uyo, and they were asked to pay for it. You know, because once the plane lands, you have to take a local flight that will take you there. And Nigerians, so obviously, the Libyans are saying Nigerians did not treat them well, but they took their own to another level. They didn't spend 15 hours in the airport. They didn't sleep without food and without adequate care and all. And it's becoming very messy. Now, Libyans are now saying that they're going to sue Nigeria for spoiling their character, for they're not playing the match and all, but CAF has to step in. It's shocking that till now we've not heard any statement from CAF that is very, 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 very concrete. What are the decisions? There should be guidelines as regards this. Are you going to sanction Libya and deduct 3 points? Are you going to give Nigeria the 3 points? Are you going to reschedule the match? Or are you going to deduct 3 points from Nigeria for going back home and not playing the game? Like you said, these guys are billionaires in their right. They can book their own tickets. They can take care of themselves. But they came in the name of Nigeria. And I also think that it's part of one of the big failures of the Nigerian nation, as it were. Don't forget, just 2 months ago, our national basketball team were denied visa. Everybody, from coach to player,
yes,
by South Africa. And they said they didn't travel, they didn't play the game. So how can we be giant of Africa and we are having issues like this? By now, our national team should be traveling by private jet.
Yes.
With their own plane.
Exactly.
They go straight to where they are landing. These are Super Eagles presenting the Nigerian national team. So but we are having these logistics issues, and also it calls for a general, upgrade, looking into from players to coaching to the ministers for sport to every single person in NFF, and let's see what we can do. But I'm grateful to Ekong and the boys for coming back home. But you see the pictures you've seen everywhere online is a disaster for Nigeria. And this is about to go away in the next 1 or 2 or 3 weeks. Let's see what they will say. They will go back now to their club sides and enjoy themselves. I think that match should not be replayed. Like you guys said, the calendar already is bad for players right now.
Yes.
Yesterday, FIFPro already wrote a letter. They want to sue FIFA now for too much games played. And you cannot expect them to come back and play one game against Libya. So whatever they decide, we are 7 points in that group. Libya has 0 points. If you want to dash Libya 3 points, that's the 3 points. Let's continue from the next game, and whatever wants to happen should happen. But it's a disappointing thing for me. I'm not happy about it. But let's see how it goes.
Okay. Thank you, Bowie. Thank you very much. Okay, guys. If you want to call us contribute in this particular matter about the Super Eagles, the number to call is 0706 048 5853. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, we lost that call. I couldn't hear you. If you want to call us to contribute in this matter about the Super Eagles, the number to call is 0706 048 5853. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Name and location, please. Okay, Friday, what is your contribution about the Super Eagles matter? Thank you very much. I think everybody is supporting them coming back to Nigeria to not playing that game. I think that's actually the right call to do. Okay, call us and tell us if you think that the Super Eagles took the right decision. I don't think if they even care if they are going to lose that 3 points or not.
But for me, at the end of the day, I'll believe it if they give those 3 points to Libya, because we are just validating poor character.
It's true, but let's see what happens. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, gentlemen. I just went to the studio.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Yes, my name is Onya Victory.
Okay, what is your contribution about this Super Eagles matter?
I like what Nigeria did, because Libya, this country called Libya, not a good country. Because people are lamenting about them, even when they play CAF champions.
Yes, they did that same thing to Enyimba.
Hello? Huh?
I think they did the same thing to Enyimba.
Yes. Even some players, even lament about the winning world or something like that.
Yes,
people
yes.
are talking about it. This is the tactics they use to make sure they kill morale, to make sure they make you restless. And if they actually not take on this thing now, they will keep on doing it. I like what Nigeria did, so that we can't look into it. Even if people made a common sense, I'm telling you, it's very bad of them. It's very bad. They say they come to Nigeria, they didn't spend up to 9 hours. Nigeria, they see food, they see drink, they see water and everything. Even Nigeria, I hear that Nigeria wants to assist them to do something like that. They refuse. They take their own, they took their own flight or what.
Yeah.
I don't know how they.
Yes, I saw that news too.
And yes, but this one, they shut everything down, both their network, everything, shut everything down. Ask their people when they say something, they should close to frustrate Nigeria. It's very, very bad. It's very, very bad. People are looking, God should look into it, because I think that either they cancel the match, we put it in another country to play it, or they will wave the point away from both Nigeria and them, because they are already sitting the last of this thing.
Yes.
Or they want it to Nigeria, because Nigeria want to beat them for their thing. Huh? So that's the thing. Libya, I don't know this country, but they have to buy the shots. Let me just tell you the truth. You have to find them. Like that. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. It's still a sad thing what we had. Everybody is complaining about this particular matter. Social media yesterday was bossing, like everybody was talking. The president have to make a statement about it. Imagine Tinubu have to talk about it. Say that water don't enter. Everything don't talk about. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, guys.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Bishop. I left and settled.
Okay, Bishop.
Honestly, I'm not happy. I'm saddened.
Yes.
You can hear that from me. They are started me complain yesterday. This is unfair. It's disrespect to Nigeria. You treat them like this and expect them to play the game. In fact, I support them coming back to
Yes.
Yes. Some people are saying they are begging them to play. Play what? Which kind of game of mind? They don't have that kind. They are not the of mind to play that game. They cannot. It's better and best for them to come back. And I'm really supporting them. Some of these, you don't have this respect. It's not because it's Nigeria. This is how this country, our leaders have put us in the map in the world. Godwin,
Yes.
you can't do that with ethnicity.
No, you can't.
Try it an Israeli citizen or American. These are countries who the highest. Even if you say Israeli citizen now, it's not going to pass. Godwin, you knock the person on the head. You just try it. You can't knock this because you can't explain yourself. And you can explain that
Evidence
Straight
no
up.
go
you
dey.
can't do that. Even American, you defend them. This is a nation. But I don't blame them because of what Nigeria and how our leaders have presented us in the world. Now Libya, I was even reading about them. I went through the profile of the leader nation. With all this disrespect, they are not fit for the nation. I'm not applauding for that. They haven't won the Nations Cup. Nigeria has been beating them back to back. But I even went through that is nothing that Nigeria has been beating. Why would you say that Nigeria did the same thing to them? Nigeria don't need to treat them like this to beat them. They have been doing that. They're not South Africa. They're not Ghana. These are people who have beef with. We know. Maybe all angle. We know we give beef Ghana. We say we give beef in South Africa. So when they are here, we see them well. Give them the best of them to watch it. Oh, you people are not in. You can't treat Nigeria like this. In fact, I listened to what the Wabot did. I listened to what the pilot did. I listened to what the captain did. I listened to what the director of football, NFL did. Bro, you people should go and listen to this nation. You will hear that this is a planned and arranged game.
No, we listen to all of them.
According to the pilot, there is no bad reason for them not to land at Vegas.
Yeah.
Understand? The pilot even complained of no fuel to take them to a particular place. Airport that's barely used, according to him.
Yes.
So they insisted that they have got to go there and land, putting the lives of the spy in the danger. When they did complain that there is no fuel, what could have if the fuel have finished? Just try and go and listen to them. But they insisted, so to show that they planned this thing to frustrate and disrespect Nigeria. Look at our nation. If you go the highest equal organ of this nation, is what we treated like this. And they are taking it lightly, and CAF is not saying anything. By this time, I think prison should have released his statement. The CAF should have released. As in, let it be happening. It's not done. You can't do that, bro. You can't. Oh, you can't. It's unfair. Look at these guys that big boys. No food, no water, no access to internet. How? For coming hours.
All right.
And they are saying that they did this before. For what? This was to you before. And they give the list to that director of football, cleared everything. And the thing did not happen. They were coming. They did not know. It was 1 hour when they were on the air. They now told, okay, we are coming. How? They were not properly connected to Nigeria. Okay, that's landing you. They say they have booked to Port Harcourt. Not like Nigeria that started their place. Now they landed in Port Harcourt. They called them. They arranged the report for them. They sorry, a flight to come from Port Harcourt to Rio. And they contact on that. They refused.
They chose boss. I understand.
Nigeria did not do such a thing to them. That is the point I'm making in that aspect. Listen to the director of NFL.
We listen to it. All right, Bishop. All right, Bishop.
I'm very angry. I think Nigeria should reply and release a statement. Because if this is Israel or this is America,
yes.
Come on, I'm very angry.
Thank you.
I wish I'm Nigerian president now.
Sanctions
Calm
should have been
down,
flying
calm
this
down.
morning.
Bishop, calm down.
Sanctions
Thank you
flying
very
this
much,
morning.
Bishop.
Thank you very much.
Sanctions should be flying.
Sanctions should be flying. Everybody has to defend
Well,
that.
see, everybody is angry. It's disrespectful. I know in the podcast I said something about you because normally the international airport is not. You have to go to Abuja, Kano, Lagos. You get or Enugu here, but you land in Port Harcourt. The best option is you have a chopper that will take you from Port Harcourt to you, or
They
go by
offer
bus.
them. They say they don't have money. They do not spend money. They rather take bus. So it's not anybody's fault because if they have agreed, they have well paid for their flight and they move them to you. Nobody is going to stop them from taking their flight, but they chose not to. So whose fault is that? It's not Nigerians' fault. If they are opted to take a flight, Nigeria will provide a flight for them.
Simple.
We don't do that kind of thing in Nigeria. That's what I'm very sure of. We'll provide a flight for them to travel. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Okay, this is Chigo Zako from Enugu.
Okay, Chigozie, what is your contribution about this Super Eagles matter?
Okay, these are some of the issues that make us begin to question if Africans were actually created the same way other people were created.
Chai.
Come on now.
You
Chai.
have an opportunity to showcase your rich culture, your beautiful country, and the good people you have, and many other good things. As far as I'm concerned, football is also a tourism.
Yes.
Yes.
Guidance and rules and laws. Guidance and rules and laws. I just hope that at the end of the day, we won't be penalized too for taking matters to our hands. But if they are not ready to play psychologically again, then I think it's good they come back. Let's wait for CAF decision and
Okay.
see where we go from there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that contribution. Let's wait. Actually, you don't have an option than for us to wait until they decide what is going to be happening. Okay, continue with our Africa. Let's get just predictions for today's game. Let's Congo, South Africa. Let me get your prediction, John.
South
South
Africa.
Africa.
On fire, South Africa all the way.
South Africa. Okay, Central African Republic and Morocco. Let's just give it to Morocco because there is no way this Central African Republic will win Morocco. It's not possible. Leave that one.
Last match they went. I think they went to Morocco and they conceded 5 goals. That was just 3 days ago. So you expect now that they will come back again to their own home and concede another 5 goals? They will have to put up a fight.
Which fight?
They will have to. They will have to.
Will they put up?
Like,
They
see,
did not put up in.
No, they did not put up enough fight in Morocco. I believe they
So
did not
they will
put
go
up.
and hire bodyguard this time.
That, this kind of thing that you know, say, if you lose by TKO for your previous match, if you come back next time, you go prepare for at
Within the
least.
space of how many days did they prepare?
You go gym now. You go gym. You go prepare. You go
3
train.
days, 3
Practical
days
training.
gym.
3
3
days.
days gym. You
Come
go and
back.
fight again.
Come back and fight
Wow.
again. Fight for at least 1 point. I'm
Wow.
not saying fight and win, because now you can fight for unanimous decision
Wow.
in this game.
Okay, let's see. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. I call back on your tell you.
Oh, okay.
This thing that happened now, I don't blame I blame the government of Nigeria. Because even though I had to take proper action on this thing, because you can't tell me that somebody that know money that want to go and marry straight at now was in your house without food water. All man can happen in one now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look man now and the process everything. All these 3 or 4 players who Nigeria guys are Libya players and in it. I don't think about on the Rangers player. Only a professional players that have money.
I understand. Thank you. I know you are angry. Thank you.
Players who can feed their nations there.
So bad.
Complaining. Like this. And just make you step up and do other things. I don't blame them. No, I'm a politics. Okay, I am a politics.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Everybody's angry, but it's. I understand everybody's anger because if you look at these players are big boys. You cannot come and tell us that these big boys. These people cannot take care of themselves or take care of things that are happening around them. Okay, let's move on to Europe because games happened in Europe yesterday. I'm going to give you the result and we'll talk about some of this game. Italy winning 4-1 against Israel. Bosnia 0, Hungary 2, Iceland 2, Turkey 4, Estonia 0, Sweden 3, Belgium 1, France 2. So Belgium winning that game against France. France winning that game 2-1 against Belgium. Germany winning Netherlands 1-0. Wales 1, Montenegro 0. Okay, let's talk about this France game because it was a big game. Even though France got a red card at some point of the game, Tchouaméni got a red card, but they held on to win that game 2-1, John.
For me, Tchouaméni's red card was
undeserved. Let's say the way it is. It's just undeserved. But it was reckless decision making from the ref, I think. But also, it was careless on his side going into that challenge. But I feel like they could have buried more chances in that game. The game was just on the top of everybody was on the top of their game. Belgium had a good game. I won't take that away from them. But when you go forward and not bury your chances, it still comes.
That's the thing. You don't not burying chances up front. They had so many runs. If you look at Doku was playing like a madman yesterday. He was the one leading the attack in terms of driving the ball forward into the final third to try and find Openda. He was also everywhere on the pitch. But, this whole thing started and, fell apart when Belgium could not bury their penalty. They got a penalty when it was 0-0. They couldn't convert that one, and then they let France get in first, and then they got back into the game, and then France scored the winner. All kudos to Randall Colomwani. Fantastic effort, good play all around. We saw Bradley Bacola like we hadn't seen him again, and then we also got to see the young general come back into the match, talking about Kamavinga.
Okay, that game ended 2-1. France winning that game not comfortably, but they won that game 2-1. Germany winning Netherlands. That game was close.
We said it on the show.
Somehow Germany got that goal.
We said it on the show. It's going to be a tough game. It's supposed to be a draw, but we all gave it to Germany because the leader in the defense line was not available. Because I believe if there was a Virgil van Dijk in that game, it could have ended in a 0-0 draw. The both teams were kind of stuck in midfield. Every other player on that team was top notch, but the team was stuck in midfield until that defensive lapse that happened in that back line, and they got that goal, and that was the end of the game for me. So I think Germany was a good side, Netherlands was a good side, but Netherlands are not a good side as good as they are without Van Dijk.
Van Dijk, but if you look up front, they are not as good as they are up front too.
Up front, see.
Let's call it what it is, man.
Don't expect them to score.
I expect, how you go into games and you not expect to just daydream through the game. You should go into a game expecting to win your matches.
They go in and win the games, but expect this. Look at it now. They've won. I think they won the last National League, European National League, the last edition. And what happened was they've always known how to score their goals, conserve, and defend their lead. You get? They have a strong line, so they kind of play their football in the middle, create their chance, bury their chance, come back and defend. And with the likes of Van Dijk marshalling the defense line, it's hard for positions to come in and break in. But without him being there, you don't trust. I keep saying you don't trust the people they keep starting if Van Dijk is not available.
For me, at the end of the day, this is not league football. This is friendly matches. This is warm up for the big one. So you don't come in here and come and tell me the absence of Van Dijk means you can't win games. You win games with the people you have up front, straight up. After you win, you protect your win with the people you have behind you.
You want me slow motion back
straight up. And that's what I keep saying, that they don't have. Look at the game we saw yesterday. Look at the goal that was ruled out because of Serge Gnabry's offside positioning. The fantastic goal from the new guy that had his debut, Leolin, yesterday. Look at that. That's a spark of brilliance, and he flourished it into the net. Simple. Why can't Holland produce the same performance up front?
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Okay, it's Manchester United calling from.
Okay, what is your contribution about this Super Eagles matter? We are not talking Manchester today now.
I'm liking the fact you are sounding lighter this morning.
Yes, I'm standing lighter because of one or two things.
Okay,
what do you make of this?
I'm fine. Good morning.
This Super Eagles man.
I'm good. Good morning.
Okay, what I'm trying to say is that in terms of Nigeria, it's not surprised that those things happen that way, because in terms of you can watch the country situation and you see what is happening. That one is number one. You can't try this type of thing in Europe.
No, you cannot. You cannot. Fear no even around.
Even though you are the smallest country in that European nation, you can't try it because they have a strong body that organize things the way they're supposed to be. You know, Africa is Africa. You know, Africa, they're always going to be Africa. How can somebody travel and you send the person to another spot and delay the person there for hours? You can never do such a thing in Europe, let alone in American continent. You can't.
Okay.
Because we are Africans and they behave like Africans. But Nigeria, as a giant of Africa, see what is happening. I don't think Libya can do this type of thing to South Africa, or did it to what they call it, Egypt or Tunisia or Morocco. They can't.
Okay.
But that is the way our leader puts Nigeria in the place of Africa. So, but what I'm trying to say is that in terms of what happened,
yes,
if they're going to give Libya 3 points, fine. If they're going to give Nigeria 3 points, fine. If they're going to replay that match, they know about it. Fine, that one is fine also. But all I want to say is that this type of thing will not happen anywhere in Europe because they have a strong body that organize things the way it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, let's stay with Europe and the games happening today. Coming today. Let's move on to the happens today because Spain is going to play in Serbia. That's a big game. Serbia is playing today and against Spain, Scotland and Portugal are playing today. That's the two big games happening today. Switzerland and Denmark are playing today. Okay, let's talk about this.
Holland,
Poland and Croatia are playing today.
Lewy and
Modric. Okay, let's talk about the Spain. The Spanish side they have been beaten. They have built well, though. Now they are up there as one of the best countries in the whole world. What do you make of that? Do you think that they are going to get? What about Serbia? Let's talk about Serbia because Serbia might get something against Spain, even though they are playing away. Do you think that Serbia can get something in this game?
Sure, you have a couple of talented players in Serbia right now. A couple of them. I don't want to name names, even though I'm tempted to. But they have a couple of stars. If you look at the midfield, if you look at the attack, even if you look at the defense, you have a couple of star players in there, and they should be getting something out of this match. But I will never bet against Spain. And that's just the way it
Okay,
is.
let's get your prediction for that game.
Spain
Spain to win or draw, and also.
It's the same thing, Spain.
Okay, let's
no matter how you call the attack Serbia has, because I know you are tempted to call your scouted players that plays for Leipzig. No matter how good and talented the midfield is, you have to take away. You can't take away the fact that Spain always track their players by intelligence and not by physicality. So if you have physicality, have intelligence. I'm a better option than
Ronaldo is playing today in Scotland. Scotland have not really done well. I don't know why Scotland
have
not
Scotland have not done well.
They have not done anything.
They haven't done well, Oga.
What thing they don't do?
They qualify. The best they can do. They don't do the best they can do. Qualify for tournaments and live at the group stage.
Simple.
No, they don't come fight with you.
Okay.
My own is to make appearance.
Abi.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that game Ronaldo is going to be playing. Probably going. I don't know if he's going to start it, but he started and played the last game. But I don't know if he's going to start because of his age. People might say let's manage his appearances, but he's a strong man. He's a strong athlete. So
Baba is fit.
He's fit. He's probably going to be playing that game. Okay, let's get your operation for that game. Scotland and Portugal.
Portugal.
I think 2-1. Scotland go score.
Scotland go score one.
Scotland go score one because they didn't score in their last game. I think they will have to score in this one.
So Poland and Croatia.
Lewandowski no go see goal again.
Lewandowski don't suffer for that. Bless it.
Poland. Lewandowski to score.
Lewandowski no go see goal. Croatia get better midfield. They score goal. They also defend well. So I think they want Croatia for me.
Okay, remember guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. We are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. We're having comments, a whole lot of comments about Nigeria and all their cases. So I'm going to read some of the comments on our YouTube channel. Is at Vote FM Sports. Drake Media is saying they also had a not too good treatment when they came to Nigeria. They landed in the wrong airport, and also they were told to play for their flight to Uyo and all that. Drake is also saying also our government and officials should be blamed. Okay, let's see what happens with them. And he's also saying, Bo is also saying, I am just proud of the decision by the boys to come back. So yes. I think they made the right decision. Playing on that kind of circumstances is not right. And Cletus Obi is saying, if CAF fails to sanction Libya Football Federation, then this will become a part of the game in Africa. So yes. Somebody needs to get punished, even if it's Nigeria or if it's Libya. Somebody has to get punished about this whole incident because it's not good for African football. And Cletus Obi is also saying they were offered the opportunity to fly from Port Harcourt to Uyo. They were the ones who wanted to cut costs and run by the roads. That is nowhere our fault. Okay, that's what we heard too about what happened with them. Okay, remember guys, we are live every day, Monday to Saturday on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. Okay, let's move on to the South American qualification. Is happening today. Okay, it's happening today again. So today's fixtures is Colombia versus Chile, Paraguay versus Venezuela, Uruguay versus Ecuador, Argentina versus Bolivia, and Brazil, and is going to be hosting Peru. Okay, let's talk about the Argentina. Argentina to win Bolivia. Bolivia is a team that they always fight with Brazil whenever they play football. But that game, Messi is probably going to play again and some of their key players. Do you think that Bolivia can get something from this game?
After looking at the situation of where they played the last game and the result that Argentina got from the last game, you get, I think that was in Venezuela. Now they are going to Bolivia. It's not going to be the same.
No, they are playing at Argentina, so it's
No,
not
so
going to
now,
be the same.
now
Yes.
it's not going to be the same because you might be playing in the new near boys area. You might be playing anywhere in the Argentine stadium, and all of them are FIFA certified. It's not a waterlogged pitch, so they will expect Argentina to get from the result of last game, run Bolivia riots, get 3 goals on the score sheet, and perhaps get more than that. But I believe Argentina would run these people riots.
Let's get your prediction for that game.
3-1.
3-1 for Argentina. John.
Yes.
Argentina 3-0.
Okay, John, if you look at Brazil won their last game against Peru. Sorry, I won their last game, but they are playing Peru tomorrow morning by 2 a.m. This morning, actually, or tomorrow morning. I don't know which one, but they are playing Peru.
1 a.m.
They are
1
playing
a.m. by midnight.
Midnight. So they are playing Peru. But do you think that they are playing at home? Do you think that they can be winning this game against
They
Brazil?
should be winning, and I will back them to win it, but they need to work on their team.
You won't blame them. Their team is always all the stars. They don't have they don't have star players. Okay, let's get your prediction for that game.
And Brazil to win.
Also,
We can't take away the fact that Peru is a good side, but Brazil would always want to come up top.
okay, let's get your prediction for Uruguay versus Ecuador.
My boys all the way, man. I have to
What
lose.
happened in their last game?
You know
What
me, they
happened in
lose
their
1-0.
last game?
They lose
What happened in their
1-0.
last game?
1-0. We lost our game, so we want to come back to this one, swinging, fighting for the result. So 1-0 was a
Draw,
bad
you
result.
know?
But we win. Babadi, do us well. Pelistri,
Draw.
I'm sending this message to you.
Now
Babadi
we do
Pelistri.
your job up front.
Okay, guys,
You can't trust the likes of Valencia to do any job for them. So
that's how we are going to be ending today's show. Thank you for joining us. Remember, guys, we are live every day on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. Thank you for all the calls. Thank you for all your contribution. What happened with the Super Eagles is a sad thing for Nigeria and a sad thing for Africa. We are always praying that things will improve in Nigeria and Africa in general, because anything we show, the world is seeing. This is a social media era. It's not that those 1980s where if something happens, you'll be hearing it once, but now everybody can see.
Radio.
Everyone can see anything happening as it's happening. So it was a sad thing that happened with the Super Eagles. Let's hope that FIFA and CAF have come in a conclusion that is going to favor everybody. I'm not really, even though I'm supporting Nigeria, but they should find solutions so that this kind of things shouldn't be happening in African football. Okay, have a lovely day. We're going to see you tomorrow. We talk about sports here. We talk about football, and a whole lot of games happening in football today. Tomorrow we're going to talk about all of them on the show. My name is Godwin. Have a lovely day.